name is Hanan Mercy Malice, and I'm here to tell you about my video game project proposal for the contest Achievement Unblocked called Crescent Rum. Crescent Rum is a first-person adventure game where the player has the options to choose from 3 different characters, each with their own unique gameplay and storyline. Starting from the selection room, inspired by Yayao Kazuma's Infinity Mirror Rooms, the player will choose from 3 different mirrors where they will look in and see the visuals of the player character that they are choosing. Other than the visuals, they won't have any other information about what route they are choosing to go on. In this way, whether you prefer to play the game solo or multiplayer, you have options, and it's got the replayability. I know for myself personally, I get kind of burnt out if I'm playing a game for too long continuously, and if I'm switching to a different route, that way I'm still working towards the end goal of completing the game, but it feels like a completely different game because of the different storylines and unique gameplay differences. This isn't to say that each route doesn't face its own difficulties. In the first route, you'll be woken up by somebody who is looking for the medicine that you make. In the gameplay of this route, you'll be focusing on collecting ingredients, making potions, and helping out the requests of the humanoid animal villagers from the nearby treehouse village who are suffering a disproportionate amount. It's up to you to discover what is causing that and how you can help them. The treehouse village that they reside in is in a state of perpetual lush green fall, remnant of how when summer turns to autumn. A good portion of the tree houses are actually giant mushrooms that are connected via a wooden pathway. Mushrooms are also a very large part of the medicinal ingredients that you'll be using in the game. I tried to keep most of the medicinal properties in line with their real-life counterparts, but there will be fantastical plants and properties as you further advance in the game. In the next route, you'll wake up in a cave after a sandstorm has broken up the caravan you were traveling with. There is another traveler there with you, and together the 2 of you will press on to the city. In this route, you'll be working as a scholar at a library that is based off the Library of Alexandria. While you're there, you will discover corruption and moral conundrums and other mysteries throughout the city that make this a compelling route for anyone. You will be helped by the honing of your skills, your wits, and fighting capabilities. In the last route, it's the only route the character wakes up completely alone. They have no idea who they are, where they came from, or what happened to the inhabitants of the city they found themselves waking up in. The only thing they have to go by are the clues they find along the way. Along the walls, they find depictions of imagery of cloaked figures and ancient runes. Through the use of magic and puzzle solving, they'll fight their way up through the levels of the dungeon to the surface. Through the game, the players can virtually enjoy many skill sets, including botany, magic, blacksmithing, music, sand surfing, and many others. In the second half of the game, when the storylines of the players converge, they can use their combined skills and knowledge gained in their game to fight the toughest monster, saving their world and unearthing lost knowledge in the process. Taking inspiration from Swana folklore, including architecture and culture, it is a visual fantasy that stands its ground amongst others of its kind that it takes its inspiration from, such as Prince of Persia, Journey, Myst, Legend of Zelda, and Horizon Zero Dawn. The main thing that appeals to me about this game is the Swana art and culture and history that I will be pouring into it. Things that I myself looked for growing up playing video games and didn't really find much of it. Even in other popular pop culture media platforms, I didn't really get much here in the western part of the world as a person of Swana, Southwest Asian, North African, Middle Eastern descent. It's just something I would like to see represented more, and that I want to give to other people like me to see and enjoy and find themselves. I grew up, one of my very first video games that really struck me growing up was Myst. My mom played it a lot, and I would watch her play, and I would take my turns playing it. And so I really enjoy the puzzle and mystery and discovering aspects, as well as how much just the aesthetic of a scenery can impact you. And then Prince of Persia, is one of the first games, along with Assassin's Creed, that really took from my culture, took inspiration from my culture, and it made me feel seen a bit. I'm Syrian on my father's side, and there's a lot of war going over there right now. That's been going on for a while. There's a lot of strife, and a lot of the culture is in danger. Crafts are dying out. Art is getting lost to history, being destroyed. Things of cultural significance, and I just want to kind of preserve it and preserve the knowledge a little bit here and there, whether it is traditional blacksmithing methods or other crafts like pottery, mosaic tiling like we do with the wood. There's a pearl marbling method, pearl inlay, if you've ever seen that. Our musical instruments. Syria is where one of the first ouds and guitars were made. There's a lot of things just getting lost, like Damascus silk. Traditional dance methods like the sword and shield dance. There's this tiling method for making marble tiles. There's so many things. I just want to preserve it somehow. And I think a video game is a really good way to get that preserved, as well as have other people enjoy it and take inspiration from it. Another big thing for me with this game being made is, and this is just for me personally, is a sense of accomplishment and purpose. I'm just about to turn 29 years old, which I know overall is still young, but I have struggled with my physical and mental health and my education and my work history. Just feels like whenever I start to get a foot, there's always another, I always start to get a step up there's always another hurdle to overcome, but I just kind of keep going and hoping and creating. I hope that shows also in the work that I've already put towards this game. I've had this idea for this game since last summer, since before I even heard of Accomplishment. Sorry. I've had this idea for this game since last summer, since even before I even ever heard of Achievement Unblocked. And I just like hyper focused and wrote all the details in my little notebook. And then when I heard about this game contest, I was just like, oh, that's it. This is perfect. And I created some art. I got some friends' input as well and some friends' help, so that people can visually see what I'm thinking of and what I have planned and the love and care that I've taken to put into this, and I'll continue to put into this regardless of if I get funding or not. I would still like to make this game. It would be nice. It would be nice and helpful. And, finally feel like, okay, I can do this. I'll still do it. It might go slower, but with funding, I can pay other people's worth. I can pay artists. I can pay creators. I can come up with a marketing plan, and just get the game out there, get my culture out there, and all the love I have for it and for this game.